Part one. This is the Intelligent Human Voice Broadcast Podcast Network. I'm your host, the PatMan from Oakland, from the Bay to LA and beyond. Well, you know what? You're not gonna believe what just happened. I just went on for about 20-30 minutes and forgot to hit the record button. Oh my God. That was deep. So I'm gonna start from scratch and tell you about what the Intelligent Human Voice Broadcast Podcast Network is all about. I'm here to tell a new story because the old story no longer serves us. It is not us. It never was. The old story is about hate, envy, strife, struggle. We're not here to struggle. We're here to live and let live. This morning I woke up because I went to bed with so much on my mind. And it was all about starting this podcast network that I've been putting off for way too long. And what really jolted me and inspired me to move forward was my online friend, Jessica Alstrom. I did my Facebook scroll the other day, and I'll tell you how the universe works. There was Jessica's message, as if she was talking directly to me and to others who are like me, who come with an innate ability and sense of purpose to help those who need a little guidance. Well, I told Jessica I was guilty for not moving forward, but that day is over. It's so over, it's not even funny. And I hope those who have been in my presence in the past, those who really know me, I hope you're ready for this ride. You're probably not, you probably won't, but you probably have children, and you probably know of children and millennials and young human beings who we're going to need the education and the source sense to move forward. And that is the purpose of this show. So if I've got your attention, I want to share with you a few of the things that I wrote down after I woke up this morning on my right mind. My grandfather used to say that. I woke up this morning on my right mind. And as the music continues to play, you know, it's going to stop at some point, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep flowing. And kind of going into this writing. So I start off with, I'm here to tell a new story about a new earth, about a new planet, about an evolution. Some people don't like change, and hey, that's their problem. But initially it becomes our problem because there's only one planet. This is Earth. We're on this planet together, so we got to find balance. I do believe I've found that source of balance. And again, that is the purpose of this broadcast. To send out a signal to those human beings alike. As I stand by for and with the millennials, the star seeds, the indigos, the children of the future, because it's why it is my purpose. Collectively, we are a understanding. We are bringers of a new dawn. I understand the millennials and the star seeds and the indigos and the HSPs, that's highly sensitive persons, because I am one of those people. I understand their level of high sensitivity and sensory perceptions and extrasensory perceptions and their innate knowing of how without knowing. For those who know nothing about what I'm talking about right now, there are those that know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share a little bit about myself. Just a little. I am the same age that Tupac Shakur would have been. I'm also the same age as Elon Musk. I was born 10 years after Barack Obama. Yeah, 10 years after Barack Obama. And I was born just after the assassinations of some of the nation's greatest leaders. I'm talking about John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm. I'm to believe that these humans were, I won't say taken away from us. I won't use that phrase. Although, in a sense, they were. But they were here for a purpose. They were here as they traveled the globe and interacted with other human beings outside of their scope of reality and environment. They got a glimpse of the future. They had dreams. They had mothers and daughters and children in which they foresaw in those dreams. They saw black children and white children and all children and all nationalities coming together, doing miraculous things. I'm to believe, I'm to know that those leaders were highly sensitive human beings. And that trait is something that you're born with. It's something that's within your DNA. It happens in the womb. If you ever seen what happens in the embryonic stage of birth, it's a flickering of light. It's electricity. It's energy from a source. And something happens in the universe that, like a snap, and you become that. You become in the womb with the sensories of perception. That's why a lot of children now are coming to understand things, and their parents are baffled, like, how could you know this? They know without knowing. They know from the heart. You know, in my walk on earth, in my experience, in my trials and tribulations, and in my passing down and receiving of the wisdoms and the knowledge from the elders that walked the earth before any of the names I mentioned, I could feel it. I've always felt it. In every move that I made, that second guessing of things, yeah, that's when you go wrong. It's this old world that I speak about. You know, it's full of rage and envy and anger. It's without compassion. It's without that inner knowing. It's a bit convoluted, tainted. But with just the right amount of sensitivity, those who may not have been born like I was born, or like many others like me were born, if they just went back to the source, and the source is the heart. With just the right amount of sensitivity, just like Martin had, just like Malcolm had, just like JFK had, you'll begin to develop the strength to overcome evil and hate and rage and envy, all that stuff that consumes the human. I empower my strength from the human heart. I refer to the human heart as the first brain, the real brain. This giant human vessel of pumping arteries and cells and blood, and it's pumping and it's moving and it's breathing life and sending signals to the second brain, which is the one that's encased in this skull, this hard layer that protects it. But the heart is where love comes from.